Well, good evening, folks. I just wanted to take a minute of your time to tell you what you'll be getting ready to watch. It's a video about the Shocker Air Equalizer. I'll show you here in a PC um, video in a minute to show you exactly what it looks like before I install one. But I just want to let you know, Shocker didn't ask me to sponsor it. They didn't ask me to review it. They didn't ask me to do anything. I just wanted to share a new product that I just heard about. Looks like it's only been on the market for about a year, and we tested it today. I have a quick video. I got a 2 mile video with a recording of it on the back of my truck. Um, doesn't look bad. I can tell you that since that recording, I will be adding about 5 more pounds of air pressure to it. So anyway, let me pause here, grab my a shot of my PC screen, and show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so what I'm talking about is this contraption here. Here's your hitch. Here's the air equalizer, and these holes here align to a weight distribution head that would normally be attached directly to the hitch. This will now be installed between the two. So anyway, without any further ado, let me show you my install. Well, good morning. It is Wednesday, October 14th, and I am making preparations to modify my hitch assembly. Because I still wanted weight distribution, I think I found a hitch that will help absorb some of that bucking that you feel, or whenever you go over a bridge transition, that unevenness that you feel because you feel it transfer from the trailer back to your truck. And what I'm doing now, well, first let me tell you about the product. The product is called Shocker Air Equalizer. They make them for towing vehicles that don't need a weight distribution system. But within the last year, they came out with one to include weight distribution. But what I have to do is I have to use this head on the new assembly. What I won't use anymore is the hitch itself. So this is going to be reused. So I'll go ahead and pull the bolts on this. Drop that out of the way. Now pull the pin. Pull this out of the way. I won't need this anymore. And finally, I could pull the sleeve out. The one that I got is 2.5 inch, which is the size of the opening. Excuse the dirtiness of it. I usually throw grease or something on it to prevent it from rusting, and it's done a pretty good job. Anyway, I think that'll take out some of your noise. Whenever you have a spacer or something in there, even a little bit of rocking to this one was adding or contributing to noise and bounciness. So this isn't going to be used anymore either. So in the meantime, I'll just throw my... I don't think that's going to work anymore. Maybe we won't. We'll just leave it open. I get the new part in 2 days. I'll show you what it looks like when I put it all back together. Stay tuned. Okay, it's October 17th. I forgot one important step. So you saw me take this all apart because you know I'm not going to reuse the shank. I'm only going to use the hitch. I forgot to measure what the ball height was. Now I'm on a piece of plywood. I don't know if you can see that in the screen, but to the top of the ball, I'm 22.75 inches. Now, that's with 0 air in the airbags also. So I'm probably a little bit higher because of this plywood, and but I want to be in the ballpark when I connect the new hitch, which you'll see when we get it. We were supposed to get it yesterday, but for some reason, our home base wasn't on UPS's map. So I had to call them, give them better directions on how to get here. They're gonna deliver it Monday. So we'll finish this on Monday. Oh, by the way, bought a new hitch pin. The other one had grooves in it where it was wearing inside the hole. As I stated, the sleeve is coming out, so it's gonna be a lot more secure setup once I'm done. Okay, thanks for watching. We'll continue this when I get the new hitch. All right, good morning. It's October 20th. I want to kind of do a pre-install of my new hitch assembly. Again, it's the Shocker Air Equalizer. One of the changes I made when I ordered this, I used to have a sleeve in the receiver that used to go from 2.5 inch to fill this bigger gap, which is 2.5 inch. So I wanted to eliminate that, because anytime you have multiple pieces trying to hold something together, you get excessive noise and a lot of sloppage. So I made sure that I had the 2.5 inch receiver. Now you'll notice the receiver does have 2 holes in it, and I think that has a lot to do with the rock tamers. I don't think I can get a rock tamer on here with this all the way in. So the normal position is probably going to be right here. That's going to be the position for the hitch. Now you'll see there's multiple holes in here, and there's 2 holes in here. What you can do, oh, and by the way, this is reversible. If you need to use it in an upward to get a rise out of it, you can put it as a rise. I've already pre-measured this, so I'm kind of cheating a little bit. I know that I need to drop down. Okay, speaking about rock tamers, because I went from 2 inch to 2.5 inch, my hub that the hitch used to slide into on my rock tamers won't fit. They do have, you can go online and buy a new hub to go from 2 to 2.5 inch. So I've purchased a new hub. So it's gonna fit over this. I just don't have it yet. I just ordered it this morning. So the next step is to put this air shocker assembly on here. Again, I've already pre-measured it, so I pretty much know where it needs to go. Which is right there. They have 2 pins that will go on the other side and lock that in when I'm done. Okay? The next thing you do is you transfer. All right, well, we had to shut up our supervisors. They were getting a little loud. Okay, anyway, so the hub assembly, or the weight distribution head, came off of the other hitch, has to be transferred to this one. You may want to check with them to make sure your head will fit on there. About 90% of the distribution systems out there on the market will fit on this. One of them that will not, I believe, is one of the Andersons won't. Anyway, you'll have to check into it. So now that I have the head mounted, the first thing I got to do, if you look down in here, in order to get my proper angle, I need to tighten this up, that those washers in that pin is back up against the air shocker. And to do that, I just need to tighten this bolt down here, which I probably should have pre-lubed a little bit. Why don't you pause that a second? I'll get some WD-40 for that. All right, I just fired the photographer and the supervisors, our little girls, Lucy and Ethel. They just wouldn't stop barking. Anyway, I've taken some lubricating product, put it on the center bolt, tighten it up until it made contact with the bottom of this shank, which puts the bolts in the proper position. May have it just a hair too tight because now I can't get this bolt in. There we go. All right. I'll tighten that now. There we go. Okay. So now that's on. Now I need to torque the shank bolts. According to the manufacturer, these shank bolts are to be torqued. I got a little bit of movement there. I see this top wood's loose now. We have to use this one. The shank bolts are to be torqued to 250 foot-pounds. Now, most of you probably don't have a torque wrench that goes that high, but I bet you can find a friend, as I have, that does. Go. I'm going to lock the wrench right in that position so I can torque this. What I could do before I torque it is to put a little pressure on them. Oh, that didn't hold it, did it? Oh. Because I'm supposed to be doing the top one. There we go. I'm actually locking both of them at the same time. Okay. I got them tightened up. 210 pounds. I think I'm, or 250 pounds, I think I'm going to go 100 on the first torque. Here's 90 plus 10. Okay, there is 100. Let's see how close we are. Oh, we were pretty close at 100 with that breaker bar. Okay, let's step up our game. I'm gonna go to 150. There's one. Well, I might have just passed 150. I did. Okay, here's 150. Okay, and we're gonna go 200. There's 190 and 10. There's 200. Okay, there's 200. By the way, guys, torque wrenches ain't that expensive. The more expensive they are, it's probably because of who made them and the accuracy. This is a Husky which I don't know how well the brand is or not, but how well you take care of the torque wrench after you use it is what's important. In other words, when you're done torquing whatever you're torquing, make sure you take off the spring pressure on your adjustment. In other words, set it back to 0. All right, here goes the last torque. 250. Wow. Tell you what, I don't know if it was originally torqued to that. If you notice right here, well, I'll wait till I pull the wrench off. There's a couple scuff marks behind that bolt. This has shifted on me probably 2 or 3 times since I got this hitch arrangement, which I got in August of 2016. And when I transferred it to this truck, believe it or not, no changes needed to be made. But the load increased because I went from a Cougar to a Reflection. Tongue weight increased almost by 400 pounds. Okay, last bolt. Okay, that's it. 250. I'm backing off the pressure. Hey, Kevin, thanks. I couldn't have done it without your tools. Okay. Oh, one thing I guess I should have, before I torqued that, I probably should have showed you something. I'm in a gravel driveway. I used a piece of plywood to measure to the top of the ball. Excuse the dirtiness of it. It will be cleaned before we actually use it again. If you remember, I had almost 23 inches. At this point, I do have almost 24, but I can't go any lower on this. And I have 0 air in the airbag. So we'll see what happens when we put it under load. What's important is we get the whole thing level. The airbag, by the way, is provided by Airlift. Same people that are providing my airbags on the truck. So that's all we're gonna do for now. There's a Zerk fitting over here on this side. Let me show you. There's a Zerk fitting here that needs to be greased. What happens is this arm here, which is connected on this side of the airbag, transfers the power to this side of the airbag. These are retaining shanks. No adjustments have to be made to these. You'll see the gap between the two. Now this is before I put a load on it. Once I put a load on it, I have to put air on it to take whatever pressure's on here off of the plastic piece. And normally they say start with 40 pounds. So anyway, that's what we got going here. This is the Shocker Air Equilizer. All right, good morning. Well, we're all hitched up and ready to go. I have torqued the shank bolts to 250 foot-pounds, and I did a preset on this when it was a little bit warmer, and I had 40 pounds of air in it. Right now, this one looks a little compressed, and the other one is only very slightly compressed. But I am going up a grade, and it's uncertain whether I'm going to have to make another adjustment. But I want to make sure that I'm okay on level ground. In the meantime, I'm going to leave this camera on, God forbid, for about 2 miles so you guys can see how this works. Hopefully, it will give you enough of a test to show you what it does. All right, here we go. All right, guys, I don't know what you saw. This looks like the bushing on the other side is completely loose. This one's got a little compression on it, so I really do believe I got the right amount of air in it. I got 60 in the airbags on the truck and 40 of this. And what else can I say? All right, we'll see what the video looks like later on this evening. Okay, so that completed the test run today, which was about 270 miles. And after looking at it a couple of times, every time we stopped for fuel and took a look at it, I've decided I'm going to put about 5 more pounds of air pressure in it. One other note I wanted to make was that the chains, I added 4 links plus a connector, 5 links, in order for it to completely go underneath the air equalizer. I didn't want to take a chance of it getting caught up within the chains. So if you saw in my video how low the chains were hanging, it's because I added some links to it. So that's all I got for now. I'll add the 5 pounds. If I have any future comments, I'll post a comment at the top of this video once it's posted on YouTube. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed.